all right. Good evening. Happy Tuesday. Uh, Happy Tuesday. Y'all know I'm not gonna say that other thing because that ain't what it is. You understand me? You know how we roll. Welcome everybody, y'all. It's one more installment, one more episode of Inside Steppin'. So look, tonight, y'all, check this out. Tonight is gonna be an unusual show. Why? Because tonight we're gonna do audience participation. I want y'all to chime in. Now, I'm going to talk about a certain subject. We're going to get into some stuff. We're going to talk about some stuff. But I get phone calls and people reach out to me and they say things and they have questions. Well, tonight, I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to speak your piece live. You will be welcomed onto the show. If you have, for my Facebook family, I apologize to my YouTube people and my Twitch and Twitter and one of them other ones. I know that's messed up. I don't remember. Anyway, let me say this. Y'all, what we going to do tonight, if you have Messenger, I'm going to take calls one at a time, and I'm going to let you all vent. I'm going to let y'all speak your piece. I'm going to let you talk about some of the things that you might want to talk about. Now, here's why I'm doing this way today. Because I ran across a post today that I found to be very interesting. So, because of this post, I'm going to read it and I'm going to address it. Because we clearly have some, as we have had for a long time, misunderstandings, grievances, and things that need clarity. And y'all know that's why I do this show every week. That's why I do what I do. Good evening, everyone. I do this because there needs to be clarity, because there needs to be understanding, because we need to bridge some of these gaps. Y'all forgive me for in some of the areas that we have within our dance. And we do have some gaps. How you doing, Sylvia Perry? I see you. And Demetra Kelly, thank you for checking in. Charlotte is in the building. My man Bruce. Who else we got here? We got a bunch of y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. So let me say this. We got a lot of gaps. We got a lot of things that are happening, a lot of things that are taking place. And we have a lot of opinions because everybody, of course, has one. Everybody has something to say about the different things that are going on throughout the community. My man Lamont Watts in the building. There he is. So to start out, let's just go right here. This was a post put up today by JT Steppin, longtime stepper. And it reads as follows. Remember, because someone's obviously missed the memo, the dance in a particular area is starting to look lost. Grievance. And I'm with them. Let's keep going. Pulling and dragging women on the dance floor isn't smooth. Men not staying out of her lane isn't right or respectful to his partner. Her running to keep up with her partner looks bad on so many levels, and her forgetting to keep it sexy as she dances truly isn't stepping. And that is put up with a meme that says, hey, stepping is supposed to be smooth. Running, bouncing, and killing roaches aren't part of the dance. Now, here's the thing with that. I am in 100% agreement. Uncle Reggie, he chimed in on it during that post. Let me say this. There are parts of this dance that have lots of different parts. There's a lot of parts. There's a lot of moving parts to this dance. I'm going to try to make this as clear as possible. I want to bring some clarity to some of the people who are misunderstanding this. Now, JT Steppin put this post up. there were a lot of responses, and some were good, some were very good. However, I did notice that there was some pushback. There were some people who are feeling as though maybe he's a little bit out of pocket. Do I need to say that? And this is, and I don't want y'all to misunderstand me, because the last thing that I want to do here is I don't want to alienate anyone. I particularly don't. I want to bridge the gap and stop the seemingly growing divide between the older generation of steppers and the younger generation of steppers that are coming into the dance. Let me say hello to everyone, because I got a lot of y'all saying hello. Let me say hey to everyone. And Belinda Williams, Traveling Mercies, my dear. Be safe. A bunch of y'all are heading to Miami, so that's a good thing. I don't want to alienate anybody with the things that I'm about to say. This is in love, because I love this dance and the things that I do and have done in this dance, around this dance in the peripheral, and the things that I've had to learn in order to help maintain it in my region have been fulfilling. I don't do this as a means by which to become popular or make a living. I do this because there are things that people need to know. So here's the deal. His statement is basically this, and this is something that I've said on this show and I will continue to reiterate. There is a foundation to this dance. There are people who are extremely confused. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this, the things I'm about to say, because, and anyone who's got a problem with it, please reach out to me. I will be taking calls in on the messenger, and we can talk about it. But understand, this dance is rooted in a dance, and I don't want to say a previous dance, but we came from the bop. I came from the bop. The very first steps I took in this partner dance, let's remember now, partner dance, were bopping. And as I grew and learned a little more, and I had guys that were a little older than me who were, out here, and I watched them, and that's how I learned, because I am from the 70s watch and learn group. That is how I learned to step. So I do still step in the original style. But the bop came first, okay? You had different variations of the bop, the Gauster bop, the high bop, slow bop, and so on. Now, when the younger generation, those teenagers, took this dance and began to manipulate the bop into what Sam Chapman decided to call steppin', there were those from the bop community that didn't necessarily gravitate toward this dance in that format. So guess what happened? From the bop came steppin'. Now, I want you to pay attention to that part right there in particular, because it seems now that we have groups of individuals, the younger generation of steppers, who have learned what us older steppers refer to simply as the 8 count, or the new school, if you will, category coined particularly for competition. But understand that there are people who have this idea that this dance is evolving. Let me be very clear. No, it is not. Steppin' will always be steppin'. The format, the foundation of this dance, even from bop, has not changed. You will not reinvent the wheel. Not here. Now, I'm saying all of that to say this. For the people who have seemingly added to the dance or made these changes in the dance that in their minds, if you feel like we're being pushy as older folks in the dance and we have a problem with what's happening in the dance with the newer generation doing it, Do what Sam Chapman did. Find a new name for it. I don't recall anybody evolving, as Reggie Miles put it, the waltz. I don't recall anybody evolving salsa. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because why is it that we culturally cannot stand to adhere to tradition or to remain respectful of those who came before us and put down a program that we could all get with? Okay, because let's face it, y'all, it's a partner dance, and we're all on the floor together, and we have to be able to enjoy one another and coexist in this dance. But let's remember that there are still those who are very capable, who are older than me, that are still dancing. And the fact is, if y'all want the dance to evolve so much, and you want to just create your own thing, and you want to, as Reggie Miles put it, spend 9,875 times on the floor, and you want to jump up and down and all the other stuff that goes with whatever's happening these days, fine. Ain't nobody knocking you. I just encourage these people, you people, those people, because I'm not one of them. I encourage you all to find a new name for what that is that you're doing, because it will never be stepping. It's not stepping. And I mean absolutely no disrespect to any group, because what I would prefer is that we all be able to embrace one another. I prefer that the older generation, and in fact, who have embraced the newer styles of the step, because we literally are now using the 8 count. I know plenty of people who could give a damn about an 8 count, and they can still get out on the floor and dance with anybody, and with the best of them. Martina D says, and there are those who give and know not pain in giving, nor do they seek joy, nor give with mindfulness of virtue. They give as in yonder valley the myrtle breath is fragrance into space. Though the hands of such as these God speaks, and from behind their eyes smiles upon the earth. Khalil Gibran. Now, check this, y'all. Understand that we must, or well, I ain't gonna say we must. We should coexist. We should function together in this dance in a way that does not cast a bad shadow, cast a bad light, or cause people to feel like they need to be divided or feel like they need to do something different. Now, we had the whole debacle with the music, and everybody was, oh, we ain't going to be we ain't playing no old-ass dusties. Well, here's the thing. This dance is rooted in those dusties, those old-ass songs, many of which, because I'm tell you right now, we could give a whole set that'll stay packed with dusties. The new music is fine. As a DJ myself, I don't mind playing it. I don't mind mixing it up, because depending on where you are and depending on the crowd, you gotta keep, you gotta cater to your folks. But the fact of the matter is, if you want to trade one off for the other rather than incorporate the two, give it a different name. Call it something else. I implore you. Call it whatever you want. Reinvent or invent whatever it is that you want to invent, and say it came off of Steppin. We started out the same way we did with coming from the bop. We stopped calling it the bop. We started calling it Steppin, and everybody was happy. So history can repeat itself. If you all are tired of the way Steppin is because you don't like it anymore, then, no, Martina D's, it's fine. Don't worry. I could use a little prayer around here. Look, she said she's sorry. She didn't mean to post that. Look, the bottom line is this. If you don't like what stepping entails, which is dusties, which is not spinning a woman 50,000 times, not doing all of these different things and playing music that does not relate to stepping. Now, don't get it twisted. Real steppers can step off anything. Yes, we can. Absolutely. I don't care what you put on. We can get down to it. But the point is, that's not what we're here to do. We're here to enjoy what we're here to enjoy. So if there is a problem that y'all don't like the music, you don't like the way we dance, because clearly you're trying to do all this new stuff, you don't like the way we dance. Y'all change the music, change the dance, and change the name. Everybody be happy. Y'all will be happy. We'll be happy. The whole nine. Now, and here's an interesting thing. I've made jokes with Reggie and other people, and we be joking about all the spins and stuff in Steppin. Ain't nothing wrong with that, because a lot of the women like it. And it's, and it has a little flair and a little flavor to it. That's all good. But the other day, my wife and I were here in the studio messing around. I had some music playing. And she said, let me lead. So I said, cool. Now, she starts leading me. But she's leading me the way some of these people, some of the guys lead women these days. After about the fifth or sixth turn, I was like, oh, hold on. I got to stop. She's like, well, I'm dizzy. And I was like, even though I'm not one to do a lot of spins, because I have footwork, I have a new respect for women in this dance based on what I just experienced myself in that way. Because when we do our thing with, when we do the get down man on man, all that spinning ain't happening. We ain't doing all that. Not like that. So I'm just saying I have a new found respect for that. Pamela Tillman on the YouTube channel says, if you don't like the set, stay home. That's the bottom line. Pamela, I agree with you 100%. I agree 100%. And then here's the other thing. I had some conversations not long ago with a couple of people who had attended some events, and they were concerned about some of the behavior. And what a problem came in with that was, and this is what I really don't want to see. There's a reason why clubs, for example, raise age limits. There's a reason why certain behaviors are frowned upon in grown folks' environments. We have an etiquette in Steppin. And sometimes people go outside of the box. They step outside the confines of the things that we do in Steppin. And then it becomes an issue where other people who are not familiar with our culture or our community start to say things and give the Steppin community a black eye. All it takes is the behavior of a few to ruin what, for example, JT Steppin talked about in the post that I read you at the top of the show. This dance was designed to be smooth. This dance was designed to be cool. This was not something where we were out there, unless it was, of course, the battle dance, man on man, two cats showing up, showing out, peacocking, basically, battling each other out. But understand that the end result of that battle was that there was going to be some sister on the side over there like, ooh, I want to holler at him because of the way he danced, okay? The bottom line is this dance was designed to be cool. This dance was designed for partners. It was designed, and when I say design, let's just keep it 100. Anytime we are on the floor together doing what we do, we're doing it. We got a young lady, and as Reggie Miles say, I got a young lady, I want to pull her in, wrap her up a little bit, do some dancing, do some walking. The whole point is this is a partner dance. This is not let me get somebody on the floor so I can show off and dance around them. We're supposed to be dancing together. The gentlemen are supposed to be cool. The gentlemen are supposed to be smooth. Of course, some of you guys ain't never had a smooth bone in your body ever. This dance should at least help you get there if you would embrace it. The bottom line is it was never meant for us to, you hear people basically out here, they want to get on the dance floor and twerk and pop lock and do all kind of other stuff. That's not Steppin'. It's not what we do. And don't get me wrong, all that's cool, but there's a time and a place for everything. So I say, do what you want. Just give it another name. Let us have this. Let us have this and we'll go over there in our corner by ourselves, and y'all go over there and spin and twerk and whatever else to R&B music, not Steppin's music, and call it Steppin. Call it something else. Give it a new name. You know, we ain't with it. I'm not with it. And I'm not trying to alienate anybody. I just want to see a time and a place where we all coexist in this dance and respect is shown on both sides. That means respect the dance, respect the culture. I'm talking to the young folks. Respect the dance, respect the culture, and respect those who came before you. And to the older folks, let these young folks do their thing, but, you know, without jumping all over them every time they get out of line. Let's take them in and help them out, you know. And if they're willing to listen, if they're not, like was said earlier on this post, man, shit, stay home. Because I'll be honest with you, you know, it was a time like in Chicago, hell, I see people coming to the sets nowadays. Everybody got on gym shoes and all kind of other shit. You couldn't even get in the club back in the day. Matter of fact, I wish you would show up at a spot in some damn tennis shoes or some jeans or a baseball hat. You wasn't getting in. You wasn't getting in. It's a shame that nowadays on flyers to these sets, we have to put on there Steppin Sharp. We shouldn't have to do that. It should already be an understood thing that you come dressed, that you come looking like a stepper. But hey, I digress. That's my personal. Those are my personal grievances. So I'm not gonna put that on the whole community. That's just how I feel about it. Now I don't knock nobody for what they do. Go on, get down like you live. But just know, if we want to keep this game alive, we want to give it the respect that it's due. Let's respect it. Let's respect it. Let's let it be rooted the way that it should be rooted. You know, and let's carry it forward. And like I said again, I'm gonna say this for the last time. Y'all don't like what we do in Steppin. You got a problem with the music. You got a problem with the dance the way it is. Go over there and call it something else. I don't care what you call it. Just don't call it Steppin. I'm off my personal soapbox. Now, anybody out there, y'all got anything y'all want to say? You want to jump in on this conversation? Hit my messenger on my Facebook. For y'all who are on the Facebook feed, you can hit the Facebook and you can jump in and say what you need to say, air out your grievances and feel, you know, say whatever. This is an Inside Steppin people show. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. And let me put this out there right quick too. For all of my people out there, man, who have made donations and to reach out and support this station, man, look, I love y'all. Thank you so much. I love all y'all. But I'm just saying, for my supporters, those that help to keep this thing alive and to make it easy for us to, you know, easier for us to put this show on, I appreciate you. This show is all about bringing the knowledge. This show is all about making sure that we get the proper information out here to people and to at least give you perspective and food for thought. That's the whole purpose for what I do. You know, there's a lot of things that people want to say. There's a lot of things that people have problems with. I get a lot of phone calls. You know, I get people, they you know, hear something on the show and they'll call me and they'll air it out a little bit. And there have been people I've invited on who won't come on. They just say, "Oh no, I ain't gonna come on there. I'll be cutting up. I ain't gonna do that." You know, but it's all good. Parker Carmen says, everyone looks the same dancing now, dipping, swaying, and spinning, not stepping. And you're right. Always sharp back in the day, even when you were in jeans. Never saw guys with gym shoes on. Took their hats off, held your purse and coat, all while stepping. There you go. Now, that was cool. Y'all want to see something cool? That was cool. Back in the day. When you see them fellas, and they had them reefer coats. See, y'all don't even know what a reefer coat is. Had them reefer coats draped over their arm. Of course, you had to know which arm, too, back then. Had they brim in one hand, coat over their arm, holding a purse for the lady. And stepping. All at the same time. Never bust a sweat. Looking good. Them days, don't get me wrong. Them days have long since gone. I miss them. But I get it. You know, the only thing that's changed in this dance, technically, are the people. Everything else is about the same, okay? When people start wanting to make changes in the dance, that's cool. Just give it a different name. You don't like the music? Call what you're doing something else. I mean, nobody gonna be upset. Trust me. Call it, I don't know. I don't even know what the hell I could even think of to call it. Just call it something else. Steppers love stepping. Steppers understand what stepping is. And for those who don't, I have extended myself on multiple occasions as well as provided resources and people to provide you any questions that I am not able to answer, anything that I can't help you with. I have people on speed dial who can. I'm more than happy to provide answers. That's what this is about. Period, point blank. Carmen said the 8 count. Don't laugh, Carmen. See, the thing about it is this. When it comes to the 8 count, yes, I rejected it for a long time. I stopped rejecting it because it has become the popular method by which to step, which was already a stretch, but now it's going to a whole nother level. That's why I say at this point, I don't see nobody changing the waltz. I don't see nobody changing salsa. I don't see nobody changing none of the traditional dances. Nobody's trying to change them. Nobody's trying to reinvent them. They're trying to perfect those methods of the dance, not go and add something and say, look what I did. This is what we doing now. We ain't doing that no more. No, that's not how that works. We the only culture of people that always think we gotta overstep somebody else and change what we got. Stop it, man. Just stop it. You want to invent your own dance? Go do that. Leave the culture where it is. Gwen Samuel said, I totally agree with you. I used to dance at the Tupelo. I remember the Tupelo. Hey, west side of Chicago with my mom, sister, and aunt when it was bopping. My mom was so darn cool up until her death, so I will continue. There you go. And then you got to remember too, and admittedly, a lot of the what I refer to is the she talking about the Tupelo. You remember Mr. T used to be a bouncer down there. A lot of people are not really familiar, and Reggie Miles is one of the people that talks about this. We are legacy steppers. Reggie's mother taught him the bop. My cousins taught me the bop. Most of the people who are over the age of 50, in their 50s, were given this dance by somebody in their household or in their circumference. Somebody. Tammy Alexa, she said, hello, Brian and Poppy. I'm on my Alexa device, and Mom is watching you and saying hi to both of you. Tell Mom I said hello. Tell the Queen, that's the Queen Mother right there. Now, let me tell y'all something. Tammy Alexis, on this show right now, her brother, one of the coldest to ever do it. I'm trying to get him back on the set. Chino, my man Vic. Look here. That's a legacy stepper. That's one of the guys I came up under watching to step. That's legacy stepping. We didn't have nobody be talking about, oh, I got to take this class, or I got to take this workshop. We didn't have none of that. We had to watch and learn. And we had people in our direct connections right around us that we learned this dance from. That's a legacy stepper. We inherited the dance. From that point forward, moving forward into the 80s, into the 90s, all of a sudden it became a business. And people started charging. And everybody now, anybody who learned how to step after 98, 96, 98, they had to pay for it. You had to buy that. We didn't buy that. We were born into that. There's a big difference. And that's why the respect level is different. Okay, here, producer lady got something to say, y'all. Miss Pittman, Poppy said, hello, dear. We're going to see you this week. I'm coming home. I'm going to come by and see you one day before the week is out. I got to see the Queen Mother. So we inherited this dance, and what I would, and don't get it twisted. It doesn't make anyone's dance any better than the other. But what it does do is it allows us to have a level of respect for this dance that others who have had to come out of pocket for may not, especially in recent years. And I'm talking about in the last 5, 10, 15 years, some of these folks are completely lost on what this really means. And in fact, really don't understand or grasp why it's so important for us to maintain what we have. Parker Carmen says social centers at schools, a lot of cold ones are deceased now. Everyone learned the basic. Yes, right. And then you formed your own style. When they started the competition, that's when a lot changed too. Absolutely. And that's another point. The when the competitions, well, not the competitions, because hell, I was in a couple of competitions. As a matter of fact, my oldest daughter's first Christmas was bought and paid for by a stepping contest my wife and I entered way back then. The fact is, when the larger competitions came about, because we had people winning those competitions year after year, and there was no divisions of style. There was no old school and no new school and no this and no that. Who was the coldest? The end. Winner take all. Have a nice day. Now, because there are people who were not grounded in the game from back in the day, they had to make provisions. So now they created categories to allow people to be able to dance and have a fair shot. Not that they were the coldest, they just had a different style, which fit the new teaching style, the 8 count. Okay, then next thing you know, they had to come up with some more categories to make it fair for other people to enter the contest. Because true enough, if you're from Chicago and you've been at this a long time, you know you do have an edge on people who might be doing it from somewhere else. So all okay, you know, let's change it up a little bit so the other people have a shot too. Okay, so all that's cool. So the bottom line is this. I am not knocking anybody's thing. Just have respect for where we all are, and that includes the old and the young. Regina Dean says, here in the DMV area, we have to be taught. We didn't grow up with this style of dance. The 8 count helps us outsiders learn this dance. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And that's the reason why, Regina, I am not against it. That's one of the reasons why I embrace it, because it gives us an opportunity to all coexist in this dance, and it makes it easy for people who didn't have that natural swag that we used to have to be steppers back in the day. So it makes it easier for others to learn. And I am happy that we have it. I am not knocking it. Don't get it confused. All that I'm saying is we do not need to be trying to reinvent the wheel. It's already been reinvented once. What you got? Oh, okay. I got you. Okay, we'll get to that. Sorry about that, y'all. Producer lady had something to say to me. Anyway, you know, even now, I'm happy to say that we have the opportunity for more and more people to come into this dance. I live in San Antonio. The population of black people here is probably 3%. We're one of the lowest black populated cities in the country, probably. But I work hard to bring new people into the dance every single week. We have our weekly set every Saturday, 3 to 7, right here in San Antonio, a little club called Horizon and More. And we get it in, and we have a great time because there's a no judgment zone. I don't be in there tripping on people coming in with their gym shoes on, shit like that. We don't go through all that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with any of that stuff because we come there to just get our little practice on and just hang out. It's a hangout. We play cards. We play, spades, dominoes, whatever. Chess, checkers, it don't matter. We just kick it. We play the music and we do our thing. Because that's the time and the place for something like that. The time and the place for us to come together and just kind of do our thing. You know what I mean? So it's cool like that. But I want y'all to understand something. I'm talking to my 8 counters and my newer 8 counters, and some of those who I know for a fact have spent thousands of dollars learning this dance. Now, it's going to be a couple of instructors that's probably going to be upset with me after I say this, but I don't give a damn. Call me. Let me explain something to y'all. This dance has a foundation. Period, point blank, full stop. Now, when I say foundation, I'm not talking about 10,000 spins. I'm not talking about turning combinations. I'm not talking about all that other stuff that you learn at these workshops. I'm talking about this dance has a foundation. A lot of people call it the 8 count. They call it the basic. That is the easy way of explaining what the foundation is, right? So here's what happens. When you learn those basic 8 steps, there are a couple of other moves that go with them that allow you to be able to do anything else you want to do on the dance floor within the system of this dance. This dance is a system. Once you have that foundation in your muscle memory locked in, you don't need all these endless classes. Yeah, I'm about to step on some toes now. I'm going to be getting some phone calls. You don't need all these endless classes. You don't need to keep going to these people spending all this money. Unless you just want to go there because you want to dance with that person or you want to learn I don't know, whatever it could be. Because I've seen people, there are people who still do it, and that's fine. But when you understand the system of this dance, I've watched people go to these different workshops, and I see them doing these. They line up, and everybody's doing this same move with these little spins and these turns, and they dip this and all that. Check this out. What good is all of that if you don't know where to put it? What good is any of those moves when you don't even know where they belong because you don't understand the foundation of the dance? Now, you want to learn this dance properly? Find somebody that can teach you the foundation of this dance the right way. You got a lot of people out here that call themselves instructors. They are not. And they have no business. First of all, they have no business calling themselves that. Let me start there. There are plenty of competent instructors out here who understand what you need to know in this dance. There are others. Some of them are good. Some of them they'll say they're showing you what they know. And that's cool. Nothing wrong with a little help. But the bottom line is this. Very few instructors actually understand the foundation of this dance. I implore you, seek out people who understand this foundation, not people that could teach you to count to 8. They're going to mess your dance up. Why do I say that? I say that because you're going to go to them and you're going to keep doing your thing and you pick up bad habits. And when you start doing something long enough, you have to, you end up having to break stuff. But let's see. Let me see. Sheila J says, class is also a way to practice. Yes, I agree. We outside of Chicago are not able to go to the sets any night of the week. I agree with you, Sheila. No argument there. Let's see. But Sheila, let me also say this. All that's fine, but keep in mind that while you're going there to practice, you should be, let me see, how can I put this? Because I want you to understand, I ain't knocking nobody's hustle. You understand? But understand that, and I was about to say that earlier, there are people who pay to go to classes and to workshops just because they want to dance. They want to have somewhere to be in the dance. That's cool. Do you. Because I ain't got nowhere. It's your money. You do whatever you want with it. Matter of fact, you dance whoever you want with in the whole 9. It's a free country. I believe in it. There are people right here in this city who don't fool with me, who I still wouldn't put out if they showed up. I just don't care. What I want is for people to come together and dance and have a good time. I could care less about any of that other stuff. When it comes down to, and here's what I was really getting to. You have people who, and I'm talking about people who are trying to learn to dance. I ain't talking about people that's just going there to practice. I'm talking about people who are coming into this dance because I get people coming into this dance all the time, and they want to learn this stuff. But the problem is you got some charlatans out here that they straight up grifters, and they taking people's money and they're not giving them nothing for it. Now, I got a problem with those people. So, it is what it is. But, what is this crap? Okay. So at the end of the day, there are people around the game who know what's going on. When you see somebody that's dealing with issues in these communities around the country with these instructors, man, pull their coat, help them out. Each one teach one. Help them out. Help these people to find the right people for them. And let me tell y'all like this. Everybody doesn't learn the same. Sometimes you got to go find somebody that'll instruct you the way it's easier for you to learn. Some people are very visual. Some people learn by listening. Some people learn by reading. But at the end of the day, you still have to be careful about where you're getting your information from. If I had a quarter for everything that people told me that they heard or what somebody said to them that's just flat out wrong, I'd have a lot of money stacked up on this desk. You know, real talk. I would. Let's see. Catherine Taylor Ethel, who is in Houston, by the way, says because of the many turns incorporated, there's little time to add the footwork. So many turns. Kathy, let me tell you why. Now, I've said this on this show multiple times as well. One of the reasons y'all get so many turns from these guys is because they have no footwork. You have to have footwork in order to be able to function in the dance the right way. But they give you these turns because they can't show you where your feet go. That's the real side of it. That's the real story. If you want to know why that is. You know, I remember growing up, and I know y'all have heard me say this a million times on here. I'm going to say it again. When I would come up in the club, my favorite spot was the other place on 75th and King Drive, right on the corner. And I would go in there, and this was when I was in my 20s. And some of the women in there was in their 40s and 50s. And they tell you straight out, don't turn me. And they meant that. They will walk off the floor. Felicia Walker said turns is the overlay for the underplay. Exactly. Felicia, I love you. Thank you. That is a perfect analogy right there. That is perfect. And that's the truth, you know. Reggie, was you trying to get in here? Hold on. Let me see if we get Reggie Miles on here. He want to say some things. And that's the truth. You know, the bottom line is they give you these things because they don't have nothing else to give you, because that's all they got. Let's see. I'm calling for you, Reggie. Let's see if we can get old Reggie Miles on the line. There. Hold on. Let me turn you down a little bit. Okay. Hold on. We got to bring you up. We're going to get you on. All right, y'all. Mr. Reggie Miles, everyone.
Can you hear me, or do I need to put on my headphones and stuff?
No, we can hear you fine. We got you.
Okay, good.
You on.
Good.
You live, baby.
Amen. I really love these conversations, but I'm not going, I ain't ever arguing with nobody ever again about how they do and what they do in this dance. Man, because, I done started slow motion stepping.
But then wait. Didn't we start out slow motion stepping? What you talking about?
Well, some people did.
Okay,
some people did, but I don't went back to that. See, because what's old becomes new, and what's new becomes old.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
And I feel sorry for people learning the dance, and then after they've been in the dance, they hit this revelation of saying, well, Dad, why didn't they tell me this the first time I started taking lessons?
Oh, man. I've heard that so many times. Why didn't they tell me this? Why didn't we learn this? You didn't learn it because, first of all, some of these, and I'm going to use the term loosely, so-called instructors, they can't teach you what they don't know. Okay?
And then the instructors, see, the limitation of the instructor is that they begin the history or the legacy of the dance with them and what their accomplishments
There you go. Yep. They forget about everything that came before them.
And that's bad. And that's really bad because, if you want to know really about this dance, our dance is a swing dance.
Mm-hmm. Go on, drop that history on them, Reggie Miles.
It's a swing dance. It came from it came from Africa, but it came out from the East Coast. Lindy Hop and the Jitterbug, Carolina Shag, all of these are swing dances. And basically the swing dances all got 6 steps or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. But in Chicago, and you've said this several times, in Chicago, we did not want to do the acrobatics that the East Coast and the West, I mean that the East Coast and
Mm-hmm.
Philly and the hand dancers were doing. We wanted it to get smooth and cool. And right, the first iteration of the dance of stepping was the
Mm-hmm.
one-handed bop.
There it is.
And you already
Boom.
described that. You already said that brother had his hat, coat,
That's right. Had
all that
that
stuff.
reefer coat. Hung it
Yeah,
over his arm. Don't play.
and was using one hand in the
Mm-hmm.
dance. And you also said, which is absolutely true, that you had to know which hand to use
Damn right. You better know
or
which
what
hand to
side
use.
of town you was on.
That's right.
The thing that made it different was the new bop. And the brother's
Mm-hmm.
name was Lil Charlie, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Charlie started dancing with 2 hands, and that saved lives. But here's
Mm-hmm.
the thing that you can't forget, that we can't kick out. It's the music too.
Yeah.
The foundation of the new steppers when they were coming out, they were all hanging on JB.
Mm-hmm.
If you play Just Give Me Some More to this day, and
Hey.
you and
Just
you
give some
and you
more.
see some original steppers, their eyes gonna light up,
It's
and
about
they
to go
going
down.
back to their youth. They going back to their
You
youth.
already know it's about to go down.
Yeah, because that's exactly what they did. But while that was going on at the same time, the original boppers, what Mama and them gave me, never changed what they were doing.
Right. No, but now let
Never
me go back.
changed.
Let me go back to something that you said though earlier. You mentioned that all of these different bops, and include the original stepping, was 6 count. A lot of people are not aware that the only reason we use the 8 count system is to allow for a reset. We didn't have that in the original dance. It was about because everybody knew what to do, but in having to teach this dance to others, it just made it easier.
The one of the stories that I've heard
Mm-hmm.
from legendary instructor was that the reason why they put that because some people couldn't see
Hmm.
the dance. They didn't, or they couldn't feel the natural rhythm
Mm-hmm.
of the dance without that structure.
Without that reset. See,
Yeah.
that's what I said earlier about making it easier and more pliable for people to be able to grasp the dance itself
Oh,
and not be
absolutely.
all over the place. It made it so much easier. Yeah.
But the failure on the second part
I already know where you're going. Come on.
is that even
Go.
when you get that,
Mm-hmm.
that's supposed to manifest itself as your foundation.
It's supposed to,
And,
but when you have
and
instructors that ain't telling people what their foundation is supposed to be and how they're supposed to build upon it, of course they don't. You get people who count to 8 and they swear they got this dance down. They don't.
oh,
That they
absolutely,
they got it.
absolutely, and that's the short sightedness of those individuals.
And those
But you
instructors.
and the instructor. But here, when you dance and you got that, it's like when you got that basic concrete. Your foundation is your concrete.
Right.
Anybody or anything that you want to put on top of it should be able to stand. Look,
That's
when
it.
I dance with an 8 counter, all I know how to do because I'm situated with what I do is that I gotta wait for them to count 7, 8 in their mind.
There you go. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
When they
You're right.
count 7, 8 in their mind, and I see it, then I hit them on the one.
But
But
guess
that's
what,
that.
Reggie?
Go ahead.
Because of your background and your history in the dance, you understand that part of it. You
Oh,
understand the
amen.
variation and the differences. The problem is that we got too many people call themselves instructing who don't know that, who don't understand that, who don't understand these things, and they're teaching these people, and then these people get out on the floor. Man, if I, you know what, you know how many times I've seen people come to Chicago, literally, and their whole life be changed when they leave there.
Oh,
Like, oh my
absolutely.
God. I got
Absolutely.
look. I'm bringing one with me this week, Jack. We got a couple people from San Antonio coming with us.
Man, I get
We coming to
listen,
kick it.
listen.
So be ready,
I
Reggie.
mean, I'm like, I'm seeing them, and the first thing they say is that y'all don't do none of that. Well, here's the one thing about a Chicago dance.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do just the one dance.
Mm-hmm.
You only do one dance in a disco or at a house set.
I
You
don't
don't
know.
do
Yeah.
you don't do
They
that
might
at
do
a
some other
social
one.
You don't do that at a social partner set. Every one
Mm-hmm.
of us that calls ourselves a bopper, stepper, or walker, we can
Now,
do all
all
three of them.
three. That's right.
If you
That's right.
call yourself just a stepper, you have just limited yourself to one thing. That's why I totally reject the
Mm-hmm.
evolution theories from anybody. How is evolution going backwards
Mm. To one
and
dance.
not forward?
That's right. And half the
It's
people, and look, and half the ones that's causing the problems, if you told them to get out on the floor and bop, they look at you like you had three eyeballs.
they have no concept, and that's not to put anybody down. But listen, if you're going to be true in the Chicago sense, then you need to have. It's like the Holy Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. You need to have. You need to have all three of them.
So, Professor Miles, let me ask you this: was I off base when I say if they want to do all this other stuff, they need to give it a different name?
No, I mean no. But what name are they gonna come up? What
I
name
don't
are they
know.
gonna? They can't
Who
come
knows?
up with a name.
Well, like what you said, you made the point just now on the feed, and you said Sam Chapman didn't name it Steppin. He described what he was watching,
Right, because the
and it
story
became the
goes.
name of it. You're right. You're right. Uh
Hold
oh.
on one.
Okay. Okay.
I'm still with you. Sam Chapman, he didn't Sam Chapman, he saw what Draper was then when they broke off, he saw that and he said, "Hey man, they stepping."
Mm-hmm.
And then people heard that. And the next thing you know, everybody just accepted that because before that time in the 70s, you could not find a plugger anywhere
Right.
where it says stepper set. Either you
No,
were
because
going to a Sam Chapman set,
that's it.
a
Everybody knew
William
what you was
Barnett
going to do,
set, or a Luther Gage set.
and everybody knew what
Or
you was going to do when you got there.
yeah, you
Um.
already knew. You didn't have to modify it. You just went in there. One of the biggest problems is, I'm gonna just say it cause and we both want them, the DJs. The
Mm-hmm.
DJs. The DJs have allowed the inmates to run the asylum.
See there.
See,
I don't know. I can't tell which one of my viewers posted this, but I want to run this question to you so that the audience can get an answer for it because I know you know the background on it. This user, I'm sorry I can't see your name, but says, is Philly bop the same as Chicago bop or Detroit bop?
no.
Now I'm gonna let you field that question
They
because I know
no,
you got the
they
answer.
were similar. They were similar.
Mm-hmm.
The Philly bop in Philly, they did the dance circular.
Mm-hmm.
And Detroit more than likely followed that same pattern with their bop. But the Philly bop, and I got video, and I showed it at the presentation of
Yep.
James Shanks and his sister doing the dance that
Mm-hmm.
their parents did. And in Chicago, the bop was straight line. It was in a straight line. It wasn't circular. That's what they did on the East Coast. That's what gave them the acrobatics, and that's what gave them more space because they were dancing in a circular pattern. But in
Right.
Chicago, now you remember now back in the days with us, the dance floor was getting so packed you
You
couldn't
wasn't
be
going nowhere. You had
yeah.
your square. You better stay on it.
You had to stay
And you
right
could do
there.
everything on that space that you could do moving around. You know what? It's funny you say that because like when you watch I watch some of these instructors and some of the things they do and some of the stuff these people learn. One thing they don't understand, and I had to explain this to a group of people not too long ago. The floor in places like, well, not in places, in Chicago, when you're on a dance floor, those floors have a flow. They have a direction. And everybody on that floor is dancing in that direction. And you need to be paying attention, because what you don't want to do is be all over the place. You done came from a different environment. You done came, you think, I'm going to go there and step. Next thing you know, you're trying to figure out why you bumping into everybody. You're bumping into everybody because you're going the wrong way.
Right.
And there is a thing called direction on the floor in Chicago.
Man,
They mean it when they say stay in your lane.
that's one of the that's one of the things that'll make me put a frown on my face is when somebody comes and just bullies their spot and
Yeah.
not survey the area around them and put their dance in a place where they don't bother bother anybody else dancing. But as soon as they come out there, it's just like they bullying their spot. I have my spot, I have my lane going north and south. And here's somebody either in the middle of where I am or on the end decides to go east and west.
Yep. This is part of, and Reggie, I just to put a bookmark right there, right quick for the audience, just so y'all understand. I did a whole show a few weeks ago about etiquette. That's part of Stepper's etiquette. Understand where you are and how you move and where you are.
And then when I looked at the dude, I got mad for a few minutes, but she was so fine, I let him slide. Because that's one thing I think that's missing too. For all I ever went to the party for was to dance with a woman. Man, I don't understand what's really happening. And if I couldn't get a dance, if I saw a pretty girl and I couldn't get a dance from her that one week, that next week I was trying to tune up my game because I'm gonna make this woman dance with me.
Hey, Reggie.
And if go ahead.
Look, Felicia Walker said they don't bully, they just goofy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You got them goofies. They don't know that's that Chicago slang. You get called a goofy. You're goofy.
Yeah, and that's one of the worst things in the world. Either
right, or
called Chester the molester,
or goofy or a mark.
Yeah,
You're a mark.
those three things. Yeah, but and the cats do that, and I mean they just come and just claim they spot because he trying to peacock. He trying to get in that situation. And I look at the brother and I understand it. So, but when I see new dancers now, and I'm dancing with somebody that I really want to get into, right? I say, come on, baby, let's go over here. Now we're gonna move to the side because I want to dance. Dance is an unspoken language. I'm trying to talk to this woman with my body, with my footwork, and all this old kind of stuff. And ain't no instructor can teach that.
Nah, that
has to come from within. You learn them basics, and then after you learn them basics, if it's 8 count, 32 count, 144 count, whatever it is, you need to focus what you're doing on that individual system.
And I'm glad you said that. Let me say this. Let me add this to that for my audience, because we talked earlier in the show about when we talked about instructors and all of those type of things. Understand this right here. Your job as a stepper is to learn this foundation, learn this foundational system. Once you do that, build your dance on top of it. You will then become the individual that you should be in the dance, and everything will be smooth and sweet after that.
Oh, absolutely.
You will not look like everybody else on the dance floor.
Absolutely.
Understand this. If you look like everybody else, you're doing it wrong.
Absolutely.
Let me just put that out there.
Absolutely. So I go by, and I go to buy these instructors. I go to these classes, and they'll make the new people dance with me. Go on dance, take Reggie dance with her. And so I dance with her, right? Or I dance with the one. First of all, a lot of the new ladies, they shaking like a leaf when they dance with me. And the first thing I tell them is, look, I can't dance. All I got is 2 turns, left and right. That's all.
That's it. That's all you need.
All. But the thing that I want to get with is the rhythm and the timing of your footsteps. Because then when I see what you're doing, I can either jack my slacks, I can high step, I can kick out. There are a lot of variations in my footwork that I can add just based on what I'm calculating, seeing what you do.
There you
And
go.
all you gonna get is two turns and a pulling. That's
Well,
my
going
style.
and going back to the dance itself and the style of dance, that's one of the things where a lot of the fellas drop the ball because they don't understand that although they're leading, they must pay attention to what she's doing in order to keep the dance coordinated
Man, come
and lead
on,
her in the
man.
dance. You got to lead her in the dance, but you also got to follow at the
Come
same
on,
time.
man. Come
Man,
on,
look,
man.
they're not
Come on.
teaching this though, Reggie. And let me tell you something,
Listen.
ladies, all you ladies out there, let me tell y'all something. All y'all be complaining about it ain't enough men, and especially enough good lead men. Y'all need to be bringing these fellas into this dance. Y'all need to be bringing these cats. Now I know men are hard headed sometimes. And they don't want to learn. They don't want to go to class. They don't want to learn. They think they got it all figured out. I'm telling y'all, get these men in these classes.
Forbes, I'm telling you. Listen, I'm telling you. If with all these women the way it is now, man, I wish I could go back to be 30.
Boy, you be in trouble.
Man,
You have a whole bunch of child support.
man, man, if I could get more, if I could just take 38 years off of my life
Yes,
and
sir.
go back the way it is now, with people coming off from all over the country and these
Man,
women
look.
want to dance. Oh man, I'd have an absolute
Hey,
BALL.
look,
And
I
that's the
done
only
said it,
thing I'm really mad at because I think we got cheated.
but you know what, Reggie? I done said it 15,000 times, man. I'm going to say it one more. If you had told me back in 1979, 1980, 81, we was going to be here with Steppin now, I'd have told
Hmm.
you was out your mind. I told you, I'd have swore you was nuts. And here we are. It's
Man,
crazy.
I love it. I love to see what they're doing, the expansion. You going here, you going there. It costs a lot of money, but it's costing a lot of money to people. And then this thing of making all these different type of separate sets
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
What's
I
the
mean,
point?
I'm good with that too, because when I see that you got that kind of setting, you're saying that means you don't want me, but my money is just as green as a younger person's
That's
money.
right. And
And
like
that
what
was the
said,
that was the beauty about us when we were doing this thing.
mm-hmm.
We didn't mind dancing with the older brother, cause
That's right.
I love being in the set with a Lonnie
Look,
Clark
shit.
or Bishop
I didn't
One.
have no choice because I was the young one coming up under them cats. You know what I'm saying? I had to
Man,
dance with those. But matter of fact, I wanted to dance with them because that's who I learned from.
man, and I would look Bishop One when you see him, one of the greatest dancers. Lonnie had some of the
Mm-hmm.
fastest feet ever. I loved a lot of slam. I loved a lot of watching some of the my elders doing
Mm-hmm.
what they were doing, and I wasn't saying, "Oh man, get out of here with that old stuff." That never came out of my mouth. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. After you do your thing the way you do your thing, you have to come up to us. And see,
Mm-hmm.
Forbes, as much as people want to try to think stepping is mainstream, we ain't never been mainstream. It's always been a secret society of the elite in black dancers.
That's it. That's right.
The elite of black dancers.
That's
The
right. And
elite.
that right there, that part right there is why I'm not trying to watch other people take it and so-called evolve it. It don't need evolution. Leave it
None
alone.
whatsoever.
You don't like it,
It,
don't come to the set. You don't like the music, go somewhere else. Go over there, call it something else. We gonna step. And we gonna play Dusties.
the elite,
You
the
understand me?
elite. That was like a cotillion. One of them
Oh
big
yeah, I know.
fancy affairs.
I know.
That's always been a part of our culture. Black people used to dress up to go see the Negro Leagues.
Oh yeah.
Now
Man, look.
all of a sudden, you want to have these come as you are sets and all this old kind of stuff. I mean, that's cool. It's a time and place for everything,
Mm-hmm.
but don't attach Chicago to none of that.
Nah, because one
That's
thing for
what
sure,
you want to do.
we stayed dressing. And I'm tell you like this, matter of fact, I guess I stopped dressing right by the time I left Chicago, because every time I'd get up and put my clothes on, when I left Chicago, the first place I landed, man, I moved my family. We moved to Memphis, Tennessee. Man, I get up and put on a pair of slacks and some shoes and a nice shirt, man, or something. And people, my neighbors, well, where you going today? Well, what you doing? Huh? Bro, I'm casual. Oh, you all dressed up? No, I'm not. I had to dress down just to fit in. Shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm from Chicago, man. We put clothes on in the morning. You
Man,
dig?
so the only time I come as you are, then it's like on the Wednesday night at the Wednesday night set when I'm coming after I do my audio engineering job. I'm coming from church, and I have
Mm-hmm.
on my audio engineer clothing. But listen, it's all about the atmosphere. It's all about the stature. We
That's
never
right.
equated we never equated social partner dancing to being that of a house or a disco party. We never did that. That
Right.
our dance was supposed to do that, but somehow some of that stuff, some of those things and some of those ideologies came into it. But I understand why, because the majority of the new people coming into the dance, the first dance that they ever did was house, and disco. They don't know. They
Yeah.
don't know no better. So I ain't mad at them on that. But here's the thing: it says, when you're a child, you do childish things. But when you
Mm.
come up and be in this stepping thing, you grown.
Nah. Better
You
get you some
grown.
grown man shoes. Quit playing
Yeah,
games out
you
here.
you in the elite. You in the elite status.
Yeah.
Listen, and I'm gonna say this, and I mean this. If I can go to a house set or a disco set and they play a slow record, then I'll be really happy to include what they do in what they want and what we do. But they
Right.
ain't never gonna do that. Why do we always have to compromise?
Right.
Why do we the ones out of why the steppers community
It's called
always have to be
conditioning.
the ones that's bending for that all
Conditioning.
the time? Why can't we just have ours? That's all I want, is to have a legacy of what Black social partner dance is all about. Because it's a lot deeper than anybody knew coming into the dance. This is
Mm-hmm.
how we survived coming through the depression. They were
Yeah.
called rent parties.
That's right.
They were called other
One of the
things.
young ladies, on here earlier mentioned dollar parties and basement, 50 Cent, parties, and
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
remember all that. Yeah.
All those kind of things. So to get into that stepper set, to get into the steppers community, it
Yep.
was never it was never mainstream. It's always been a closed society.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
we need to close it up.
Yeah.
We need to close it back up because people
Well,
playing records, they think every record now is a stepping song because it's R&B.
right. That's unfortunate. It really is. Well, I don't know, man. Here we are. That's all I can tell you. And I'm hoping that we're able to put some kind of bumpers in place so we don't always have to end up in the gutter with everything that go on in the stepping world.
Listen,
I'm looking forward to the future. I believe it's bright, and I believe that once we get some things understood, and the funny thing about that, when I say understood, it's going to be a lot that we're not going to be able to say. It's just some things that's going to have to take place in order for the game to regain its proper
absolutely.
position and
Absolutely.
stay where it belongs, and not everybody want to change this and do that different and all that, man. Everybody want to reinvent the wheel. They want to be popular. They want to be seen. They want to be, I invented this. I did that. You ain't did nothing. Go sit down.
Do whatever you say you want to do, and however you want to do it, that's fine. I want you to do what you gonna do, and I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna dance by you. And
Hmm.
if it's 100 people, 50 of them gonna look at me, and 50 of them gonna look at you. So what really have you done?
Nah,
you know,
that's true.
So it just dance, enjoy yourself,
That part.
make that woman feel good. Make her feel good about
That
all
part
the
more
money.
than anything. Leave a smile on her face, and you did your
Yeah,
job.
make her feel good about all the money she invested trying to dance. And make her feel good. Don't get
Hmm.
up there on the dance floor trying, oh baby, you missed the five. You know
Oh
you
my
was supposed
God.
to turn her. Don't dance
Hold on,
with
hold
her.
on. You know what? I'm glad you said that. Let me say something. My wife told me of an incident that took place at Steppaganza. She said she was dancing with a fella, and he told her, "Oh, you were supposed to be over there." And I said, "And what did you say?" She said, "Oh, I didn't say nothing." And I said, "Why not? You should have told him that if he knew what he was talking about and he was a good lead, you would have been over there because he would have put you there."
Right.
See, all he's telling you is that he's a weak lead. Because bottom line is, if you a proper leader in this dance, you don't never have to tell no woman where she's supposed to be. This ain't no damn choreographed dance. You supposed to make sure she there. Y'all men out there hear me? Pay close attention. If that woman is not where you want her to be, it's your fault. Now remember that.
Any mistake in the dance is your fault
It's
because you
your
are the
fault.
leader.
You are the
Because you
lead.
and you are the leader. And
And if you can't
I
lead,
tell a
then
woman
admit it and just be done with it.
when I mess up, and I mess up all the time, I tell a woman, don't worry about it. Didn't nobody know but us.
That's right. And then
And
you know, you hear women, they say, "Oh, I messed up." And no, you didn't. Keep dancing.
yeah,
The end.
yeah. None of that. But make her feel good. Make her feel great about make her feel good about the clothes she wear, everything. It's really all about the sisters.
That's true.
Brothers, it's really all about the sisters. It's more of them than it is us. So it can't be about us.
Tenfold. So
So
yeah.
get on out there and make her feel good. I'm trying new stuff now. I want to go to a set, and when I dance, I want to be able to bop, slow bop, and walk off of any one song. I want to just start having fun. I want to be able to tell a woman, I said, look, let's rock, let's walk.
Hey
And
Reggie,
then that's
if
it.
if they not having fun, they not stepping.
No,
Let's just go from
no,
there.
it's not happening. You got
All
to
right,
do it
Mr.
all.
Miles, I'm about to shut it down, man. Look, I appreciate you coming through, brother. Thank you for coming in and dropping that knowledge on us. You know, it's always a pleasure to have you on and
Peace
let you
out.
do your thing, man.
I should have turned my light on. I didn't.
No, we can see you. You look good.
Oh,
All
okay. I should
right,
turn
brother.
my lights on. All right.
Peace out.
Later.
All right, y'all. Professor Reggie Miles. Oops. I don't know why my breaking news is still coming on here. Anyway, y'all, there you go. Just a little knowledge, a little something to drop down, a little food for thought. Y'all, I will be in Chicago. I may or may not be on next Tuesday, depending on my flights, because these planes is acting a fool. They out here canceling flights and that type of thing. Hell, I might not get out of here, but we'll be in Chicago throughout the week. We will be doing some live broadcast in the city. I will be at the Grand Ballroom. Y'all come out and holler at me. I will be swinging through the Blue Note. We will be at Heroes on Sunday. We will be, we'll be at the 50 on Friday. So y'all, come through and holler at your boy. We're going to be on deck. We're going to make it do what it do, y'all. We got a couple of San Antonio folks going to be with us, and we just going to have a good time. So I'm looking forward to that. So, ladies and gentlemen, man, that's going to conclude the show. We've already gone over on time, and I just hope that I've been able to encourage or give anybody a little bit of push toward your goal in this dance, whatever that is. But more than anything else, understand what it is that we're doing, why we're doing it, and the pleasure that you can gain from it. Nothing else matters beyond that. I mean, real talk. These people get out here and they get serious and want to act a fool and get crazy with it. It don't even take all that. Now, before I go, let me say, I don't know here it is. Let me say to y'all, all of the people who purchase shirts, thank you very much. Those things help us to keep the show alive and do the dang on thing. Anyone who wants to purchase a shirt. What? Oh, producer lady saying, and the shirts are fly. Uh-oh, I think we lost the camera. It'll come back up here. Uh-oh, let me see. There it is. So anybody who is interested in purchasing a T-shirt, you can either reach out to me on Facebook or my wife. Y'all know Pappy Phobes. But inside Steppin T-shirts, they're 20 each. Y'all, I should have had it out the package. We're shipping 25. We will be bringing some with us to Chicago, so if you want one, grab one while we're there. Anyone who, and the hand towels. Look at you over here selling. You should have been on camera. I'm going to get you. Look, y'all. I'm going to get her own personal. I got her own personal microphone. We're going to make sure she can always have something to say to y'all. Also, anyone listen, and I appreciate the donations very, very much. That's that Cash App right there inside Steppin. So if you all, if you just loving this show and you want to help us to keep it moving, and all you got to do is hit us with a donation. Anything helps. What'd you say?
If they order a T-shirt, they need the inboxes, need the size and the
Yeah,
address.
my Poppy said if you order a T-shirt, make sure you inbox her the size and your address. Make sure we have that so that we can be sure to get it to the right place for the right folks. Because we have had well, we only had that happen one time, only one issue, I think. Other than that, it's been all good. And as you can see when you go around the country, you see people with their inside stepping shirts on. Yeah, boy. We loving that. Thank y'all. We appreciate everybody's support. And when and if you do purchase a shirt, make sure you take a picture in it and send it to us because we're making a little collection there. We're gonna do a little what do they call them damn things? A slideshow. Yeah, we're gonna do a slideshow. All right. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you. I hope you somebody said, well, we have some at Heroes. Yes. Hopefully we won't be sold out by then. That's Sunday. David Calhoun. Yeah, my man David. Yeah, what size you wear? I'll make sure I have one for you. Hit me on the inbox, bro. So otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much for tuning in. We love you. I appreciate all of your support, and we're going to do everything we can to keep on going so that we can keep bringing you this knowledge and this information to make this game better, stronger, faster, and smarter, and keep you away from the grifters, because there are some. And anybody who has any rebuttals to anything that I've said tonight, please feel free to reach out to me. We can have that conversation. I'm always open to it. The rest of y'all have a fantastic... Oh, man, how could I forget? Happy birthday, Mom. It's my mama's birthday today, y'all. So I say happy birthday. Just so y'all know, don't think this first time I say happy birthday to my mama today. I'm just saying it on the air. I don't want to get beat up. Oh, you just not saying it. No, I say happy birthday to my mama. It's my mama's birthday, y'all, July 5th. So anyway, with that said, everybody have yourselves a fantastic evening. I will be on a plane tomorrow. Have a great night. Have a better weekend, and we will see some of y'all and see you on the wood. Y'all have yourselves a good evening. Peace out.